What is going on, guys? It's Trader Cause. I am super excited to bring you this update because Ethereum is going vertical, and we knew this was going to happen. On Friday, I think it was right here, the 29th, the 30th, something like that. I was calling for 2K Ethereum by February 8th. So basically, by right here. And we are right on track. We have been going vertical ever since, and I'm noticing some similarities in the low time frame price action, and so I wanted to record a quick video to show you guys that so you can take advantage of it for the rest of the run, because if I am right, we still have at least another 20% to go, and that doesn't mean it can't go higher, but that's the main target I'm looking for right now. So quick recap. Don't want to keep you guys for too long, but we had this high time frame range we were working with, and then this resistance at around 1440 that we just could not seem to break. We would hit around there, rejection, smaller rejection, smaller rejection, really small rejection, and we have just shot up. We've shot up ever since then. And so now where are we going from here? Well, I think we're still pretty much going up, as you guys know. I doubt this gets retested. I mentioned this in a video yesterday, or 2 days ago. This is the most obvious level on the entire chart. A retest of that is just too good to be true, in my opinion. And so that's kind of why I think it's not going to happen. I think our retraces are going to be minimal, and I'm about to show you guys what I mean. So let's do this. We can look at a 5-minute or a 15-minute chart, but I tweeted earlier that when we really start trending, this is what we see. We see a spike up, consolidation, spike up, consolidation, spike up, consolidation, which is, it's harder to get on board. You have to adapt when you see price action like that, because an uptrend in all the diagrams, you think it's supposed to look like this. You think it's supposed to give you these perfect retraces to the previous high every single time. And that would just be too good to be true. Not necessarily the previous high, but let's say like you have resistance there, you break above. Sorry, I don't know what I'm drawing. You hit some resistance, maybe you hit it twice, breakthrough, perfect retest, and then keep going up. Like, that's what you would want to see to just compound, but that's not what the market gives us. You have to adapt. And so the last 3 days or 2 days, I've literally just been trading these lower time frame ranges. So this first one, we get rejected after trending. We put in a low. We bounce, sweep the low, bounce, chop around, rejected the mid-range, reject again, breakthrough. Okay, now top out, put in a low, bounce up, sweep the low, chop around a little, flip the mid-range, break through, retest the range high. And we are consistently getting these retests of the range high. Right here, it front ran it a little bit. Maybe we push up a little, retest the range high, instead of retesting like where you would want to see it retest in a ranging environment. Like, if you were up here, you'd be like, oh, okay, maybe a retrace into this. This is where we consolidated for the longest amount of time would be a great buying opportunity. And it's like, yeah, that would be great, but I doubt we get that. So you have to adapt. So let's keep going. Next one. Sorry, we did that one. Here, range high. This one kind of chopped around for a little bit longer. You probably could have found a range in here too, but I didn't want to make it too messy. But just for instance, you had this, range high, range low, swept the high, came down. Once it finally broke up and held the high, pushed up a little more, but then this was kind of a longer range. I think this was right after the daily close yesterday. But anyway, put in another range. We put in our high, we get rejected. Then we look for the low. We put in a low, we started to bounce a little. We swept the low, rejected at the mid-range, flipped it, chopped around the mid-range, but then broke out. Here, this time, the retest didn't quite hit it. That's going to happen. We push up. When do we get a big pullback? Big pullback came here. You could have argued this one was, but after we broke back out right away, you probably would have invalidated that. Or not really invalidated, but price just didn't respect it too much. You know, we put in a high, a low, chopped around, got above the mid-range, shot through, and it literally spent like an hour at that spot. But then here, we put in a high, the low. I like the interaction the mid-range is getting here. Excuse me. And now we hit the range high, rejected, broke above. Maybe we get another retest of the range high. But this is kind of what you have to look for. It's not going to work out every single time. Sometimes it'll miss the range high perfectly. Maybe it'll chop around it and it won't be the cleanest. But if you just get this a couple times, you can compound your ETH longs the entire way up. So, yeah, that's just kind of what I'm noticing in that price action. And you can kind of use that in trading other assets too on other time frames. The idea just is that when we're going up this much, like just this week alone, I think the weekly candle open was like right there. This week alone, we're up 27%. You know, this hasn't given any pullbacks more than this. 3% here, 3.7% there. Oops. Here maybe a little bigger. Do we get 4? Yeah, 4.9 here. Not quite. 3%. So you're not getting any awesome buy the dip opportunities. So you just have to adapt to the price action and start taking continuation trades. I know that's hard the first time you've ever seen it. Like the first time I experienced a 27% increase in literally 2-3 days, I wasn't trading these setups, but now that I've been able to see it more, get more comfortable with it, I start to see it more. And with more experience, more trade setups, you start to see it. You can start to trade it more. You have more confidence behind it because you've tested it. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm working with. Wanted to share that with you guys so that you can start testing it and keeping an eye on it. When you put in a high and we put in the range low, just draw a fib, pull a range and see what happens. Notice the interactions that you have with it. That price has with it. So if this comes back down, retest the range high, might be ready for another leg up. But yeah, so same higher time frame idea still stands true. Like I know this has been going vertical and it's kind of scary because you think it's going to have a big wick down, and maybe it could. I wouldn't want to be over leveraged with a stop at like 1630. But I still think we keep trending for the rest of the week. Maybe we put in like 1 day of consolidation. Like maybe this candle, we just come like here, and the other one, maybe an inside bar or whatever, and then we spike up again up to $2,000 from there. I don't know. I can't predict that. What I do know is that my high time frame idea is still intact and it's been on the money. So I am just going to keep riding it and see where it takes us. I hope that makes sense. I hope that lower time frame range thing helps you guys, and feel free to tweet at me, comment here, DM me. I'll try to get around to it. Sometimes it's tough with the amount of DMs I've been getting, but that's about it. Kept this video under 10 minutes. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel. Gonna keep posting updates, and we'll start an educational series soon. So I will talk to you guys in a bit.